Arajakal saw only differing degrees of heat in his form of smoke. However, he could sense variations that were so minute that his vision was almost like that of normal eyesight in the day, and much better at night. He saw that the flesh getting out of the lumbering prime mover and its trailers were cold. Direct confrontation would be the only way to solve his dilemma. Arajakal theorized that scorching the minions from a distance would allow them time to riddle him with enough poorly aimed shots to kill him. He became substantial only about 20 meters from the aging, heavy, all-terrain vehicle. Zhao Fan was startled and cast a spell whereby he transformed himself into a vulgar green slime and proceeded to slither out of the cab and into the ground. Arajakal drew from his sling bag the article he had recovered from Vavimaile's former residence. The skeletal hand that held the candle twisted slightly as Arajakal cast his dark ignition spell upon it. He had always thought it strange that a man such as Maile would have such an item, because he would not have been able to light it. A lick of black flame spouted from the metallic wick. Because of the magic involved with its use, Arajakal did not handle the artifact directly. He was using a minor incantation to levitate it to chest height. As each second passed, the area surrounding the Hand of Glory became steadily darker, like clouds were closing in and the sun was being increasingly filtered. The zone of twilight expanded outwards until it covered most of the course. All that many could see was as if looking into clouded grey water. As the peculiar negative light would strike its shade upon a skeleton, that undead entity would immediately become inert and assume the position it was in when it suffered its true death. In just under 13 seconds, the magic that animated the entire force of skeletons had been destroyed. The shooting that continued was now confined to that of the competitors and Jack. Most of the teams had or were in the process of abandoning the race entirely. There would be no result from the tri-annual race this year, and most were more concerned for their survival. Serious occult force was being displayed and interference would be surely called by the race stewards. Jack was relieved when from the ground he saw the last of the teams who seemed to be targeting. He and his new friend turned away. "Who are you?" asked Jack. "Ux," was all that Uxolo could manage, as a searing, bright green laser beam about the size of a dinner plate in diameter burned through half his head and right shoulder. The parting shot from the rear of the last war wagon had found its mark, killing Ux instantly. Jack did not have time to become sentimental. He never learned of the connection that Uxolo had with his father. He spoke solemnly despite his intensive pain and simply said, "Thanks again, Ux." Zhao Fan was furious. It had taken great amounts of solicitude and devotion to reanimate that horde. He knew that it would be a great risk to continue with the confrontation without undead and apparently without his dark mystic associate. So he slunk away, only feet beneath the surface until he reached Yulok. "Have you killed him yet?" he screamed maniacally at Jalshaka. "No." "Have you?" replied Jalshaka Yulok with bitter dissent.